Whoops. Good morning, Marcus Sampras. Welcome back. Just trying to get pumped up over here on this manic Monday. Getting started right at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, right on the dot as usual. Double check, triple check. Yep, Mike's good. All right. Woo! What a weekend. What a weekend. Chilling with the baby, hanging with the wifey. Watching my fantasy football team, the Third Stringers. It's our 20th year anniversary, and I have to win this championship. It's the 20th year anniversary. If I win this game this week, I will be in the 10th championship game. I have 5 wins, 4 losses, and I need to get into the championship, and I need to win the 20th anniversary. Why? Because there can't be anyone even close to me in second place and of all-time championships. And because the trophy is going to be twice as big this year, which I said earlier in the year at the draft. So with that, hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone had a good weekend. If you're new, awesome. Welcome to the live stream. If you're returning, even better. Good to see you back on here. Help me with the algorithms. I appreciate that. Hit the like button, comment, ask questions, interact, and share with your friends and family. Repost on both apps. You got the YouTube app and the X app. And, helps keep me motivated to do these live streams. And I'm getting a lot of feedback that it's helping a lot of people in return. So let's keep the live streaming. We're going to cover Bitcoin pending buy signal in the near future, ? Ooh, I don't know. There's a lot to talk about. We've been talking about since the wick down here. Are we going to see a relief rally? Are we going to see a relief rally? Are we going to see a relief rally? Or would we see prices lower first? So that's where we're still at. That's what we're still going to cover today. And first half of the live stream, we will cover Bitcoin, altcoins, stocks, anything else that jumps out at us on the watch list. And second half of the live stream, we will cover your chart requests. Just make sure to get the chart requests in early. Put in the ticker symbol, and let me know what type of asset class it is. Is it crypto? Is it stocks? Whatever. So we can search for it quickly and keep the live streaming, right? So with that, today we'll probably do a lot more today, and then tomorrow might be a little bit more light work on the live stream, at least to check in, see if anything has changed. But it's going to be a big travel day later in the day. And, traveling was so much easier without an 18-month-old, but wouldn't trade it, obviously. But so we just have to plan a little bit more. We just have to pick our spot a little bit more carefully, right, when we go. And it's a much bigger checklist, right? In the past, I just spend 5 minutes packing myself, throw it all in duffel bag or suitcase or whatever, and get rock and rolling. But got to check off more boxes, right? Make sure the baby's taken care of, and then of course throw all my stuff in the duffel bag. So, and the dog too, right? We got to take the dog, right? Don't forget the dog. So yeah, we're gonna cover all that, get into it, get rock and rolling. So, here we are. The Bitcoin daily chart. First thought is it's in a downtrend until proven otherwise, right? It's in a downtrend until proven otherwise. Still below this longer-term downward trend line. We did break and close below this upward dotted trend line. Excuse me. And we did close below this pivot point over here at 86,235. But we have not closed below this pivot point over here at 84,600, which we were talking about. That would be kind of the last milestone that we're going to take out this wick, and prices would come down lower first prior to relief rally. So there's I'm not a huge volume guy, but I do keep an eye on it, uh, especially for like looking at reversals, blah blah blah, like um, all that stuff. But it's not even secondary. It's like very low on the list, but I do keep an eye on it. And yes, there's been the past three or the past two candles, bullish volume starting to come in, but the overall like volume is really low right now. So, um, you know, but the reason why I don't follow it like very, very closely is because it's usually lagging, and it's usually, in hindsight, oh yeah, it was bullish, but um so anyways, that's that's where we're at. It's starting to increase on the volume, but we could see a pending buy signal in the near future. Uh, but you probably want to see a buy signal and back above the downward trend line. And even then, it could still potentially reverse back down on us, right? Still come back down here. And if that's the higher low, that would be a higher probability, right? If this is a sneaky higher low compared to over here, and if this is another higher low, that would be a higher probability that it's breaking out. And you could probably even draw out like, you know, if it was something like that, right? On the based off the candle closes. But that's what we'll continue to watch. And of course, could be that first, what I've always said in the 77 recorded coaching videos that we have on the website and in the Discord is that expect fake outs along the way. Expect them, right? You have to expect the fake outs along the way. Sometimes there's a fake out to the upside, then the downside, then the real move happens, right? So, what would that look like? Well, instead of putting in uh, another higher low, possibly fakes out, pending buy signal turns into a buy signal, comes back like this, and then comes back lower, closes down here, maybe a wick lower, then the higher low, and then go. So you could say that this would have been a fake out to the upside. This could have been, you could call it a fake out to the downside, but it creates bullish divergence. So a lower close below, and the wick could be lower below 78,000, 76, 74, blah, blah, blah. And that would also complete the Wyckoff pattern, which we will take a look at. So expect fake outs along the way. That would be like more of the bearish case before a relief rally, and you get that bullish divergence. And there is bullish divergence here, right? There is bullish divergence there. So if there is another higher, a slightly higher low, then it's probably going into the relief rally. It may not bounce as high as, say, if price comes down here, then I would expect a bigger percentage to the upside after that for the relief rally. So if this kind of just stays more shallow, then maybe it's only like a 30% relief rally. If it does come back down here, takes out this wick, closes lower over here, then it could be, in my opinion, a 30 to 40% relief rally. So that's kind of where we're at. We're thinking about the relief rally. We've been thinking about the relief rally. We've been thinking about the relief rally, thinking about the relief rally. We're getting closer and closer to a relief rally. We've been talking about it. We've been saying the whole way down, at one point we'll see a relief rally, right? Then after this big move down, we're talking about when will we see relief rally? When will we see it? When will we see it? And here we are, 31 days later, right? 31 days later, we're still talking about a potential relief rally, right? Now, if we get that lower price down here, then I'm probably going to get louder and louder on a relief rally. Right now, I'm talking about the relief rally. We're bringing it up on every live stream. Probably, I've at least, excuse me. Let me get some water over here. Um, we've at least covered that there could be a relief rally every single live stream for the last 30 days, right? Every live stream for the past 30, 31 days, we've mentioned the relief rally, right? We've posted the charts on the relief rally, and we still have a lot of the squiggly lines. Like, how many times did I say on every single live stream, we don't know exactly how the relief rally is going to work out, but we've been talking about a potential relief rally. This would be the higher low scenario, right? Relief rally, and then the bigger drop. So we've been talking about it. We've been covering it. It's going through a bottoming phase. There is bullish divergence as of right now. There could be additional bullish divergence. Take out that wick, lower candle close over here. Excuse me. The water went down the wrong tube. uh, so it's possibility. So we're just watching it, and it looks different on every exchange. Like, this same trend line looks different on every exchange. So it's good to look at multiple exchanges, in my opinion. And, if it is more of like if it is more like a fake out, what is going on? Okay, there we go. If it is going to be a more of a fake out to the upside with the buy signal, comes back down like that, does put in that bullish divergence, then relief rally. This percentage here, I think, would be higher. If it just is going sideways, and then starts to come out, I think it's going to be a lesser percentage, probably still around that same target area of, 2 trillion to $2.1 trillion, wherever that price is. But I don't think it goes beyond this pivot point over here. I mean, it could wick above it, but this line closes are basically, based off of candle closes, right? So looks a little bit different. Could break out, put in that higher low, back test, and then go, right? So we got a couple different paths. We will see. Let's make this blue. So you got the yellow path, you got the blue path that puts in additional bullish divergence over here, higher low, relief rally. Or this bullish divergence here puts in a higher low, and then it's the yellow path, right? So either way, we've been talking about a relief rally for this whole entire time. At some point, we are expecting a relief rally. Could we get lower prices first? Yes. Yes, we could. I don't know what the percentage would be. Uh, it seems like it's become more like, I was back in here, I was leaning heavily that we would see a lower price first, and I thought it was like an 80-90% chance. Now it's probably like 50-50 chance that we see lower prices first, and of course, that could change if we start to close back. We start seeing candle close back here, then, of course, that percentage increases over time. I don't know. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. Obviously, this is for educational purposes only, and hopefully have a little bit of fun along the way. And before we get too crazy into the deep dives, I've never taken $1 of affiliate money. I'm offered on a regular basis. People have come into my DMs on a regular basis, and it would take a lot for me to change my mindset on that. I would have to really believe in the product. because you could say that I'm an affiliate virgin, right? I'm still an affiliate virgin. So it would take a lot to get me to change my mindset on that. There'd have to be a lot of wooing. There would have to be uh I would have to believe in the product so much, right? So there'd have to be a lot of belief involved for me to do that. So since I haven't taken $1 of affiliate money, we do have to plug our own site. And we've got plans over here. We did roll out the $49. Happens to be the most popular, right? It truly is the most popular. I'm not just saying that because it's the $49 a month. But if I were to show a screenshot of subscriptions, uh the $49, because we just threw on everything. We literally threw everything into it. So uh it's a lot more popular than the annual plan even, right? So even though you can save and this would be like $40 a month, this is truly the most popular at $49 a month. But we layered everything into it. Started off with just the 2 training bots, but then we ended up adding the 70 plus recorded coaching videos, the dashboard access, the original 2 indicators that we built, the liquidity access, private Discord community, all that stuff, right? Cancel anytime. You could actually increase or decrease, you could upgrade or downgrade your subscription anytime yourself. Once you create an account, you'll have it all in the portal, and you can cancel anytime too. We're not trying to hold your subscription money hostage. I hate that. It's like my number one pet peeve. You can't cancel easily. I hate it, right? I'm not trying to hold your subscription money hostage. Either in or you're out or you choose a different plan, right? Typically people once they get signed up, they stay a while, right? We've got longtime market snappers over a year, 2 years, 3 years, stuff like that. So I'll always try to outperform what we charge. We'll always try to outperform with more tools, more you know, all that stuff, all that included, and try to keep this down. Like individual stuff, like if you had a dashboard and you just paid for only a dashboard, it's like $50. Liquidity access, same thing as the people charge or businesses charge like $50. And these are going to get better. This is just like the first version, first beta version, all that stuff. Of course, private Discord community. And then trading bots, like no one lets you have their trading bot. And I'm gonna eventually roll out. I have like over 30 trading bots. I just haven't had the time with the holidays and my ankle. Here we are, 3 weeks into the healing of my ankle, micro fracture on the non-weight bearing bone thing, thankfully, uh, and a torn ligament. But uh, you know, at least it's not on the weight bearing bone, and at least I didn't need surgery. But they still said it was gonna be a pretty long process. We're 3 weeks into at least a minimum of 6 weeks where I'm like the ankle's starting to feel normal again. And then it's like 3 to 6 months, they said before I'm like running and all that stuff. So oh my gosh. But as long as I can keep up with the baby. And right now in a walking boot, if I take her outside, I could barely keep up with her. She's getting faster and faster, so I need to heal fast. Uh, I don't understand how to plot these trending dots and buy and sell signals. It's on our indicator or on our uh, sharp shooter candles 4.21 trading bot. That was built off of the sharpshooter candles 3.1. So actually 3.1 version's been rolled out. And then 4.21 is the automated version of that. Added some position management tools, added some filters, all that stuff. So it's the trending dots and buy sell signals are on our indicator. Are you asking for the secret sauce? Oh, oh. Okay. I'm not sure what you're asking. But yeah, that's it truly is the most popular. $29. You get the original indicators, but you don't get the recorded coaching. That's probably one of the main reasons that the trading bots and the recorded coaching is probably why it's the best value and the most popular. And then of course the liquidity access $9. And again, that's just the first version of it. As we add like more and more and more and more, the price has to go up. It doesn't make sense to keep it low. But I keep reinvesting way too much money uh, into building this stuff out. So we'll see. We'll see. But that's it. We don't have any affiliate money. We've never taken $1. It would take a lot for that to happen. And so we just come over here and plug our own for a few minutes, and that's it. That's what we're still watching. We've been talking about a possible relief rally for at least a month. We said it's possible to look for a relief rally all the way down, and so we're getting closer and closer to a relief rally. But I still think the probabilities are that we go down and see lower prices first. But if we start breaking out and things start to line up even more on breaking out of this downward trend line, buy signals, all that stuff, then we will switch over to, hey, the relief rally's most likely on, and we're not going to go down and see lower prices first. So we're close. We're close. And we could be faked out at least one time, right? Fake out, come down, and then the blue line, and then relief rally. So I don't have a magic crystal ball. So we're just playing it out as to the best of our abilities. We'll see how it comes. But earlier today, there was a bullish MACD crossover. Earlier today, there was a pending RSI buy signal already. And there's a bullish MACD crossover, but it's still below the zero line, which is bearish. And now we'll get into why we continue to say that it's just a bounce. It's just a potential relief rally. Why? Because the higher time frames are still bearish. The weekly chart is still bearish, right? Still bearish. Well below the trending dots. Well below it. Still bearish on the weekly chart. Still bearish on the weekly chart. Just letting the MACD catch up, all that stuff, right? So, of course, at some point when we get that relief rally, I'm expecting price to retest the trending dots. The trending dots continue to catch up. You can see that over here, the trending dots, when it closed. Here, let's get on a better one. There we go. You can see that when price is all the way down here, closing at $86,000, $86,768.92, whatever it is, the trending dots are at 113. Then the trending dots on the next close was 112, 110, 109, 107, 105, right? So letting the moving averages catch up, letting the trending dots catch up. Price is all the way down at 80,000. The trending dots on the weekly chart was at 110. It's going to let the trending dots catch up at some point. Maybe it comes down first, then comes back up. But the relief rally is, whether it's down here, comes back up to the relief rally, 30, 40%, back up to the trending dots. Or was it from this wick here, right? 30 to 40% total. So that's a possibility. So we'll see. But letting the trending dots catch up and letting the moving averages catch up, all that stuff. So that's why considering it just a relief rally. 2-week chart is bearish. Let the trending dots catch up. They're still up here at 107, right? First sell signal below the trending dots. Candle close below the trending dots. First sell signal below the trending dots since 2022. There was another one over here, March 2022, but this buy signal was well below it, right? It was well below it. Uh, since then, you had that sell signal that was above the green trending dots. And then, of course, that last buy signal on the 2-week chart, what a move that was. So, this is the first sell signal below the trending dots since 2022. Let's keep going. Let's do it. Let's keep going. 3-week chart. First sell signal below the trending dots. Sell signal above. Sell signal above the trending dots. Sell signal below the trending dots. Sell. All of this choppiness on the relief rally, buy signals below the trending dots. So that's one of the filters that you can put on the trading bot itself. So here we are. The trending dots are still up at 103 on the 3-week chart. And at some point, we're going to see a relief rally, right? So close below it. Prices still went lower, which is possible. And then relief rally back up into the trending dots on the 3-week chart. 3-week chart, trending dots could be at 103. That lines up, right? So we're continue to watch, see how this unfolds in real time. The 3-week chart ends on it looks like the 28th, so another week. So maybe in this week we don't see the Santa Claus rally. Maybe we see a Santa Claus rally afterwards, after Christmas, right? So maybe it finishes here and then relief rally. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out, or the week after, or the 3-week candle after, right? Monthly chart. This whole entire bull run, the monthly chart never came back to retest the trending dots until November 2025, right? Retested it. This whole entire bull run here, price never retested the monthly trending dots until January 2022. So, another reason for bear market. This whole entire run from January 2023, there was never an RSI sell signal. November 2025, there's an RSI sell signal, right? This whole entire run, no RSI sell signal. Long-term bearish divergence, letting us know in advance that, hey, eventually price is going to catch up to RSI, is leaving the building while price was making higher highs. Relative strength was leaving the building, and that's where we're at. Confirmed RSI sell signal on the monthly chart. This whole entire time, Bitcoin did not have a bearish MACD crossover on the monthly chart. Bitcoin had a bearish monthly crossover on the monthly chart November 2025, right? The last time was January 2022. So those are all the reasons why we're not going to see a new all-time high in the near future. Is it possible? Sure, anything is possible. Is it probable? No, it is not. It is not probable, right? This was a great run, right? And it's a lagging indicator. It's very lagging. So if you haven't flipped bearish on Bitcoin yet, you are behind. You are behind. And right when you start seeing traders start to flip bearish now, I've started to see expert traders out there start to flip bearish now, which is really late to the party. That's when the relief rally happens. Gets them. And then what happens after that is they flip back bullish on the relief rally. You can't make this up. This actually happened 2021, 2022, all the way to April 2022. And then the next leg down from April 2022, when Bitcoin was at $48,000, went all the way down to the 200-week moving average, right? The 200-week moving average is at $56,000 right now, give or take. So that's what we are expecting, right? So after this month, maybe we see a relief rally. After this week, maybe we see a relief rally. Maybe it starts. Maybe it's already started, right? But those are all the reasons why it's just a relief rally. until proven otherwise. It will take some time for the ship to get turned around. It will take some time. It will take some time. Um, but here we are on the daily chart. So that's where we're at right now. Expect a fake out along the way, right? Expect a fake out. Similar to this more aggressive downward trend line, that would be closer to a fake out. Price comes all the way back down, right? So if that were to happen again, let's see. See that again, right? Fake out, come all the way back down, maybe even wicks lower, or puts in bullish divergence down here like that, right? See if you can even see that. Uh, be another fake out, similar to back over here, right? It's say if we're right here and it's breaking out of the downward, the more aggressive downward trend line comes all the way back down, right? This is the less aggressive downward trend line, but the bigger resistance breaks out, maybe even has a buy signal, and then over the next couple of days doesn't follow through to the upside. Your stop loss is in. Maybe your stop loss is moved to break even based off the breakout at 89,600. Starts to break out. Stopped out at break even. And then drops all the way back down to 85,000. Drops all the way back down to 82,000. And then closes at 81,000. But maybe the wick is down here at 77, 78,000. Who knows? But closes below 84,600. Then if price comes back up, gets rejected one more time, puts in a higher low, then let's go, right? Then I will be louder and louder and louder of the relief rally, and we'll see how it works out. So those are my thoughts. Those are my thoughts. Right, wrong. Let's see how that would work out with Wyckoff, right? Still, these are the green is price points. You know, it was right around where the wicks were. Wick so far. Still hasn't regained this upward dotted trend line. So if that were to work out similarly on Wyckoff as well, then it's possible it like battles, right? Drops, and then battles, and then drops. And then it's something like that, right? That would be possible. And that would, in my opinion, right now, Wyckoff completed, you know, all the way down here, 80,500 ish. It completed about 92 to 95% of that Wyckoff distribution, right? So if it were to play out similarly, right? It's possible it gets rejected around this area, breaks out of that longer term downward trend line with a buy signal, but it's a fake out. The first one comes all the way down. This would be putting in bullish divergence. Different chart, same thought, right? Bullish divergence, higher low. Let's go. Let's get that relief rally. And, you know, where would it be? We would have to map it out exactly, but, you know, probably like you know, anything probably, you know, unless it's a wick, probably anything below 105. We already showed you where all the trending dots were. All the trending dots would probably be at like 105 or lower. So it could wick above it, like on the higher time frames. But there's a psychological area at 100,000. So maybe just above it to trap more bulls, right? So maybe like that 102, 103, 105 area. Uh, Above $100,000 seems like that would be a good bull trap, right? And then however it plays out, we don't know exactly, but uh, comes up, back down, and then we'll put the squiggly lines, right? And then down. And so that would be the relief rally, right? And I would say that would probably take, at least 45 to 60 days into the relief rally, let the trending dots catch up on the weekly chart. And then the trending dots will probably be around here and then drop. And that would be taking us to the next over the next couple of months. This drop would take us all the way back, probably a couple of months, but uh, to the 200-week moving average. That is the thesis. So see if it completes 100% of the Wyckoff distribution. I would say under 78,000 to that $74,000 range. I would say it's 100% complete. And then if it puts in that bullish divergence on top of it, high or low, let's go to the relief rally. And then uh, the breakdown from there, right? Then it's in an uptrend on the relief rally, capture some more bulls above $100,000. Bada bing, bada boom, down to the next leg. And then I'll be the first one in line to say, I told you so. I told you so. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. We'll see how it continues to play out. That's kind of the plan. That's the thought process. But right now, could get that first fake out. Maybe it's the relief rally. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it is the relief rally. So if you do play this, just make sure that you have your plan laid out. Just be aware that it could be the fake out. And like if there's a buy signal and it's breaking on this downward trend line, I can see why you would play it. And if you do, just know that it could be the first fake out before the actual relief rally. So, if you were taking it as it was closing or breaking out of here, just make sure to have your stop loss in. And even if it reverses back, say you got in the buy signal, and then there's another sell signal, take your small loss and then you could always try again. I mean, I don't give advice, but I'm just saying that if you are playing it to the upside, make sure your plan is in place ahead of time. This needs to all be. You have to have you got to have your plan laid out, right? What could happen? What are you hoping for? And then what happens? Where are you wrong? Like if you're taking this breakout here, where are you wrong? It starts to reversing back on you. If there's buy signal, it starts reversing back on you, just like this. There's a buy signal above the trailing dots, and then starts to reverse back around. That's when you're wrong, right? It's not following through. It's not breaking up to the upside. This buy signal here, back above the trailing dots, and then you see follow through, right? See the buy signal, there's no follow through. So after here, maybe you're still holding, and then it closed here. It's not doing something similar on this breakout to the new all-time high, right? You see it start to reverse and then a sell signal back below the trailing dots while the trailing dots are still red and still in a downward trend. So those are all things to consider. And just know that, hey, I'm going to take this buy signal, even though the trailing dots, even though we've started the downtrend and this could be a lower high, I'm still going to take the buy signal no matter what. Like I'm still bullish. I'm going to take that buy signal. just know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. Kenny Rogers. So there we go. There we go. The squiggly lines. We are expecting a relief rally, but maybe a fake out first. Maybe a fake out first. So there we go. Let's keep going. Dang, spent a lot of time on that. Was already 40 minutes in to the charts. What's Ethereum doing? Similar thoughts, right? Could we see if it was going to be a fake out first, right? Fake out, then drop, bullish divergence, then breakout, relief rally, right? So that's the way we kind of look at it. QQQ. Well, we're going to look at the NASDAQ futures, and that's basically the same chart. So there we go. Could be that first fake out. Oh, hit the mic. Could be that first fake out to the upside, maybe some bullish divergence, put in that higher low, and then the breakout for real for a relief rally. And maybe it's slightly higher percentage than Bitcoin, right? Maybe it's up in this area. But I'd have to map it out. Maybe it's not even that high. Right? But there we go. That's Ethereum. XRP. XRP looks slightly different. There is bullish divergence on XRP right now. There has been bullish divergence. And there is a RSI pending buy signal. Is there one on Ethereum? Not yet. So XRP does have bullish divergence, which we pointed out already. This was additional bullish divergence 4 days ago, last Thursday, and we pointed that out. Bullish divergence, but there could be more. Bullish divergence, but there could be more. Bullish divergence, but there could be more, right? So at some point, we're expecting XRP to retest the weekly trending dots. And that squiggly line is representing the weekly trending dots. Could it drop further first? Yes, it could. Especially if Bitcoin and Ethereum drop one more time, then it is possible that we do see that bigger drop on XRP first, then rally back into the trending dots and so on and so on. So again, this is the daily chart. There is bullish divergence. We would expect a relief rally back into the weekly trending dots, but there's no higher low as of yet. Pending RSI buy signal. But could be seeing a bounce in the near future. Continue to watch it. Continue to watch it. But the overall thesis that it's a downtrend until proven otherwise, and that's where the weekly trending dots, how I drew it out, is just like that. So we will see. The other thing that's interesting is that the weekly candle did not close below that pivot point at $1.92 ish. So, or wherever it's at, 190. Yeah, 192 ish. Looks like it did not close below it. I'd have to probably zoom in. Let's see. Yeah, closed above it, right? So we were talking about it. We talked about it. We talked about it. And we talked about it. And it did not close below it yet. Whereas, I mean, it could this week. But we talked about it like similar to MicroStrategy, similar to Chop Suey, that if it closes below here on the weekly chart, then the probabilities really increase that we're going to come back and retest the 200-week moving average. So Chainlink holding on to that 200-week moving average. Could we see a retest of the trending dots? Possibly. Daily chart had the bullish divergence over here, possible higher low. Or is that additional bullish divergence? So you got here, bullish divergence, and then that's additional bullish divergence. So that's what we're looking at there. Bullish divergence. And take quick break real quick. Let's see. Right. So, yep, mic's on. So there is bullish divergence on Chainlink, but it's in a clear downtrend. And this trailing dots is probably from the weekly chart. Weekly chart, let's see. Right? Weekly chart kind of lines up with the downward trend line. So expecting the trending dots to be retested at some point. But over time, that point is lower, right? So it wasn't back here. It wasn't here. And now it's all the way down here. So we'll see. That's the daily chart. Could take some time to play out because, like I said, it's a weekly chart. And this is a longer term downward trend line. So, and it kind of lines up with that. So bullish divergence on the daily chart could just mean that we're going to see come all the way back up into the trailing dots and get rejected, right? Chainlink still bearish on higher time frames. Cardano, similar thoughts. Bullish divergence getting picked up on the indicator. Bullish divergence. So we'll see if it's going to catch a bounce. And let's see. The weekly chart, get the trailing dots all the way up there at 63 cents. So it's bearish right now. It's bearish. So, by next week, could be at 60 cents. By the time it retests it in a couple weeks, 56 cents. By the time it retests it, the trailing dots could be down here at 53 cents where the 200-week moving average is. So in the next couple weeks, maybe the weekly trailing dots are over here and you see right? Whew. Weekly trailing dots over the next couple of weeks. Maybe it takes longer. Right? retest the 200-week moving average. And there you go. No bullish divergence on Algo as of right now. XLM. There is bullish divergence on XLM, similar to XRP. A lot of them will move together, right? So you do have the bullish divergence here on XLM. Could be a sneaky higher low. And again, the overall trend, right? Bullish divergence. See how it plays out. Start the new trend. Broken again. Comes back down lower. Weekly chart, still bearish. That would kind of let the train dots catch up. Retest that, right? So you get the train dots on the weekly chart coming down in line with that longer term downward trend line. So that actually lines up. So that's kind of the trajectory of it. Train dots. Maybe spikes above it. Then reverses. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. That's XLM. MicroStrategy. The canary in the coal mine for Bitcoin. You still think Bitcoin's going to make a new all-time high while MicroStrategy is in a bear market and is close to retesting the 200-week moving average. So MicroStrategy is leading the way again, not only to the downside, but led the way to the upside. And like back here when Bitcoin was at $65,000, I was talking about, hey, MicroStrategy led the way to the upside. It's a buy the dip scenario. And then sure enough, after this move up, Bitcoin was not too far behind it, couple weeks, couple months, whatever it was. And then Bitcoin at 65,000 took off to the upside. So not only to the downside, but to the upside as well. So MicroStrategy again, top was in, came very close to the 200-week moving average, consolidated 2, 3. I'm not going to count it. Let's see, from there to the rally, the bounce, it was 9 weeks, and then it took 14 weeks to finally retest the 200-week moving average. So Bitcoin started to roll over in April 2022. MicroStrategy started to roll over a little bit before then. So if you go to back to Bitcoin, it was pretty close. It wasn't much of a canary in the coal mine on this particular move. But from this pivot point here took 21 weeks, right? 21 weeks. So we'll see. But at that point, it was already like MicroStrategy was already near, see, June 2022. But it was this pivot point over here was like closer to the 200-week moving average. So MicroStrategy, see how it came very close to 200. and then hit it May 2022, right? Very close to the 200 and then we're gonna find out if it's gonna retest it here in the next couple of months. This week, next week, week after, doesn't matter. February, right? Maybe the mid to end February, MicroStrategy retests the 200-week moving average. We do have it factored in that it could bounce. It could bounce up to here, right? Retest the training dots. Where are the training dots now? Okay, right there. Trending dots trajectory right now. So could take a few more weeks, bounce up a little bit higher, and then retest it, and then come all the way back down, right? And it's possible with this Adam and Eve double top pattern, we could see prices that pretty far low. And then it was in a bear market for a long period of time. Below the 200-week moving average. It was like in this area for a long time. So, right? Before a massive breakout to the upside. So it consolidated a long time. Longer than Bitcoin. So just all things considering, MicroStrategy, the canary in the coal mine, is in this longer term downward trend, aka bear market, and has been. The top was in back here in November 2024, and a lot of similarities to the previous cycle, right? So that's where we're at right now, with the possibility of sub 100. Who knows if it hits $80 or not, but it's all possibilities. Maybe the wick comes all the way down here, or maybe it's somewhere around 100 ish. That's probably a psychological level, $100 even. So a lot of people would be surprised. We would not be surprised. We've been watching this since the very top over here, and there was a bearish engulfing candle on the daily chart. It was massive. It created this massive wick, and we were talking about, was the top in, question mark, right? Was the top in on that bearish engulfing candle? We said, is the top in? In hindsight, the top was in. So the top is always in hindsight. At the time that I posted, is the top in, question mark, it could have just been a local top, not the top. So, but as price continued to drop lower and lower and lower, 58%, it was starting to be that was the top. Then there was a rally, right? An amazing rally from wick to wick was 96%. Rally over a couple of months, and then the big drop after that. So we've been all over it. I don't cover it every single day like I do Bitcoin, but we're all over it. We want to keep an eye on the canary in the coal mine for sure. For sure. What else? What else? What else? What else? That's MicroStrategy. Let's go over here to the Magnificent 20. Magnificent 7 is turning the Magnificent 20. Tesla. Just made a new all-time high. We talked about this. We already covered it all. 3 out of 4 targets were hit to the downside, and this target was not hit. And then what was it, Monday? Last Monday, there's a weekly chart. Hold on. Last Monday, when this took out this over here last Monday, that this 4th target is no longer valid, right? So 3 out of 4 targets hit to the downside. Now you'd have to redraw all of that, and haven't looked at it since in probably about a week. But there you go. Making new all-time highs as of right now. So we did talk about, could it be a similar Wyckoff distribution, similar to Bitcoin, where it takes out this area over here, traps the bulls one more time, and then comes back down? It's possible, but this is no longer a lower high. It's an uptrend until proven otherwise. A little bit more aggressive upward trend line is like that. You get the trailing dots going up like that, but these targets are no longer valid. 3 out of 4 were hit. The fourth one was never hit. Double wick bottom over here. At what point do you lock in profits? If you took a short on it, right? So gap filled from over here. Small gap remains over here. And that's kind of where we're at right now. So possible it does something similar to Wyckoff, but on Bitcoin, but too early to say that. Right now, it's just bullish as of right now. Woo! Woo! What else? The Russell. Bearish coffee candle, bearish divergence. If you're thinking it's going to go lower, you'd want any candle close below 25.93. That would be a lower high, right? So as of right now, it's bullish until proven otherwise. Right? So we'll see how it works out. You get the trailing dots kind of flattening out a little bit. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. NVIDIA catching a bounce. There is a miniature gap up here, so that could be filled. It's always a possibility. Pending buy signal right now. Could see a pending RSI buy signal in your future on NVIDIA. Dow Jones Transportation continues to be ultra bullish on the daily chart. SP 500 currently bullish. Could be taking out this pivot point over here. We talked about it over here that this could also take out this pivot point, similar to the Russell 2000, similar to Bitcoin, where it put in that Wyckoff distribution topping pattern. So those are all possibilities, right? Those are all possibilities because Bitcoin did it first. The Russell then followed and did come back up like this, and then we'll see if it completes the Wyckoff distribution or not. But it's early. It's early. It's early. It's early. Early. No confirmations to the downside. It's still bullish on the daily chart with a potential topping pattern, with a potential Wyckoff distribution. NASDAQ, if you take out this pivot point over here, that could line up to where it also takes out the former all-time high, also does the Wyckoff distribution up here. It's possible. It's possible it follows Bitcoin. It's possible it follows the Russell 2000, gets that Santa rally going, and then see if it reverses back down after that. If it takes out this wick over here at 26,400, these targets will have to be redrawn. As of right now, only target one has been hit so far. The Russell made a new all-time high. Oh, what happened? The SP 500 is getting close to the new all-time high. So most likely, since it is bullish again, could see that Wyckoff move. However it plays out. But these targets would have to be redrawn anyways. So it's a possibility. And in hindsight, that would be a bull trap, right? That would be a bull trap. Take all this out, bull trap it, lower high, and then continues down and lower that, and then I have to redraw all the targets. Why make it easy on me? Why make it easy on me? Might as well just have me redraw the targets. That's good practice. It's good practice. Either way, it's good practice. Right now, starting to look like a topping pattern. It could be a Wyckoff distribution type of moment, and so we'll see how it works out. And if so, this would be additional bullish divergence, bearish divergence, right? That would be additional bearish divergence if that's what we're looking at. This was bearish divergence. This was a possible lower high, but maybe not yet. Maybe not yet, right? Maybe not yet. Could be that additional bearish divergence. Let's just do this. Oops. And then trap some more bulls, get everyone excited, lower high, and then break down from there. Right? Something like that. Something like that. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. Let's see. Weekly chart. RSI sell signal on the weekly chart. So that checks out. MACD bearish crossover on the weekly chart. That checks out. So if you go back to the daily chart, it bounced off of the weekly trending dots. So with the RSI sell signal with bearish divergence, that could be more of a Wyckoff distribution type of topping pattern. What else? QQQ, same thing, hit one target. Similar thoughts to the NASDAQ futures, right? Could be that Wyckoff like bull trap. Why not? What else? SMCI, Meta. There's that gap here at 743. Currently bullish for right now. After that big drop down, that was a big drop. 27%. Pretty big drop. Microsoft got a big gap down here at 396. Got a small miniature type gap at 536. PLTR. Dollar. Bearish engulfing candle. If it breaks out of here, then maybe higher targets. Those targets are still valid as of right now. Apple starting to break down over here. Sell signals. I guess Apple's not very Santa friendly as of right now. Netflix continues to drop, and so on and so on. Let's see what else. Anything else jumps out that we've been watching? Started to get this reorganized after I accidentally hit the change percent. I do the change percentage on the Magnificent Seven, but I don't do it on the Sniper Top 40, which has become the top 100-ish. So I started deleting some of the ticker symbols. I started reorganizing. Just takes time. Veritone looks a little bit different, and we've been watching it for a while. It has regained the 200-week moving average as of right now. There is a pending buy signal on the daily chart as of right now. It is bullish on the weekly chart as of right now. These longer term targets are still valid as of right now. Don't trade each chart individually first and foremost, but you do have to be aware of if the market the overall market, NASDAQ, SP 500, blah, 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 does start to go through a major correction, these high risk stocks could end up dropping as well. So just being aware of that. Disney, similar thoughts. We had this magnet that it would finally retest the 200-week moving average. It did, took forever, 2025, and then dropped all the way back down to $80, and now is broken through again. Came back for another retest. It's bullish on the weekly chart. There was a buy signal at 111.75, and here we go, right? That is a bullish setup. So while the SP 500 was making new all-time highs, Disney was not. Disney's been in a bear market since March 2021. Bottom was here October 2023. Came all the way close to the bottom at $80, and here we are, right? So weekly close above the trading dots is a good sign on the weekly chart, daily chart. See, 2-week chart. Had a buy signal in the 2-week chart, battling to get back above the trading dots. So Disney's starting to look better. It's been beat up for a long time. Pending buy signal in the 3-week chart. So these are all positives, right? You got that March 2020 drop. You got the October 2023 retest, and a slightly higher low over here on the wick. And this could be the next one, right? The next one. The rotation is happening. See, PayPal targets are still valid, but it's only hit one so far. Rejected after 200. Maybe we see a move in the near future where it gets back above it, similar to Disney, but we don't know if it will or not. Let's see. So if it were to play out similar to Disney, maybe it comes back up like this, comes back down, and then goes like that, right? Keep an eye on a lot of these that could be finally getting their own rotation. PayPal, Disney, all have been in a bear market since 2021. There are big gaps up here on PayPal. Big gap, 17% gap that could be filled at 173. It's $60 right now. The capitulation is real, right? Had my mom buy at like $55, right? $55. $55. We're close to it. $58, right? The time capitulation is real. And a lot of the crypto and stocks that she's caught, she gets spoiled. She gets spoiled. Like crypto pump, November 2024, flip 350% in 3.5 weeks, right? So this is part of being diversified and not like always going all in on these crazy wild animals. But like PayPal could be the next, Disney could be the next. And so it's a patience game on some of them, and never go all in, right? Never go all in. So plus she's got cash working for her too, blah blah blah. And then she's got her own fund manager. So I don't want to manage her entire, I don't want to do that. It's too much stress. And there's nothing in it for me. I don't take $1 from her. So I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. But her play money on crypto went from 4 digits to 5 digits. Her stock went from 4 digits to 5 digits. So we're growing it over there, but maybe one day it'll go from 5 to 6 digits, and then she'd be like, why do I still have a fund? Someone managing my money. So, but I don't want to manage people's money. I'm not gonna take it, especially from my mom, where I don't even take a dollar from her. I just want her to win. Just want her to win. Target, Lemonade, right? Lemonade was another one that was beat up for a long time. Lemonade was in a bear market from 2021. This whole entire time, finally retested the 200-week movie average, November 2024, came back for a retest all the way April 2025, and then has made a move upward since then, right? So if you're just waiting for higher time frames to flip bullish and be above the 200-week moving average in the training dots, you'd still be up 100 and something percent, right? So T-Doc, who knows if it's ever going to recover, but it's been in a bear market since February 2021. The earnings doesn't look as good. If you're into that sort of thing, T-Doc earnings doesn't look as good as PayPal. Uh, earnings doesn't look as good as Disney, but who knows why, right? Maybe their earnings doesn't look as good because they reinvest their money. That's why I'm not a fundamental trader. Maybe they continue to reinvest all their money back into AI, back into buying XYZ or not, or new tools or whatever, and they don't want to pay taxes, blah, blah, blah. Whatever the case may be, their earnings doesn't look as good as the others, but their chart has gotten beaten up a lot worse. And at some point, it could retest the 200-week moving average. When, we don't know, but could be in the near future, right? See if it flips back around on the daily chart. If you start to see the daily chart get bullish with the buy signal, the weekly chart starting to flip around, Teladoc could be the next one to retest the 200-week moving average, and that is way up there at $19, almost $20. But by the time it hits it, it'll be under $20. So when, we don't know. Could take some time, right? Maybe it takes time to play out. You can kind of see the trajectory over here. But it's probably, if it does, it's going to be one of those fast movers. It's going to be like an altcoin, right? That's the way I kind of see it playing out. So if you got like, right, get a buy signal, weekly chart starting to flip around. It's been crushed for so long. Bottom, double bottom, triple bottom, quadruple bottom, possible higher low. Let's go. Let's retest. And that would be at least, depending on where you buy, depending on where the 200-week moving average, 100%, right? And if it plays out similar to like a Disney, then it could be comes back above, comes back down, or like a Lemonade, and then comes out like that. You do have that gap over here. Got those shorter term targets. Blah, blah, blah. So, woo. Gonna have to move them up on the watch list. You got the Disney, you got the PayPal, you got the Lemonade, Disney, PayPal, Teladoc, Target, maybe. Better earnings. I shop there. The wife loves it. The wife loves Target, and the baby loves Target, right? She loves going to Target. Every time I take her, I always get her a shirt or something. I mean, it's so cheap, right? Like the shirt, like a nice soft sweater or long sleeve, really soft, cute. It's like $10 to $15, right? Of course, I'm going to buy your shirt. Toys are like $10 to $15, right? So new stuffed animals. She got way too many stuffed animals, by the way. We got to put some in the garage, probably. Target. Is this the bottom? Maybe. It's really early to call it. Is this the bottom? Maybe. Maybe it comes back for a back test. Maybe it comes back for a 200-week test over here. But it's been in a bear market since 2021 as well. So those are all on the watch list. And it has retested the 200-week moving average several times and then gone lower too. So that's something else to consider. But it came all the way back to prices from 2015 prices. So there you go. What else? What else? H bar. What else? Labu, we talked about. Breaking out, right? It's a biotech bull 3X leverage ETF. So very high risk. Had the long-term bullish divergence. Been in the bear market since 2021, right? Came back for a retest of the 200-week moving average. Ultra bullish right now on the weekly chart. Bullish on the daily chart. May or may not come back to the 200-week moving average, retest, and then take off after that. May or may not, like lemonade. Who knows? But as of right now, retested the 200 and now has broken out of it. Bullish on the daily chart as of right now. Weekly chart is ultra bullish right now. And they talked about it that this was a very, very, very similar setup to Bitcoin. Bitcoin had this falling wedge. There was longer term bullish divergence, like a couple weeks, couple months, right? Had the buy signal on the weekly chart, started to break out. This is similar to when I bought January 4th, but this would be like January 11th, right? On the weekly chart and breaking out. So high risk, high reward, almost 200% so far, right? From the weekly buy signal. What else? What else? About ready to call it hour and 40 hour. Oh, I've been live with the charts for hour 23 minutes. So Path. Similar thoughts on Path. Bear market since 2021. Long-term bottoming phase. Possible higher low. Retested 200. Possible higher low. Break above the 200. It's bullish on the weekly chart. It's above the 200. Bullish on the daily chart. Just had another buy signal Friday on the last close at 1663. Path is going to high risk, possible high reward. We're going to have to move this baby up. We're going to move this baby up. We're going to move Labu up too, maybe. So this is probably going to be somewhere here. Do have a gap here, but that might not be filled right away. So something to pay attention to on Path. So with that, I think we're going to call it here. Rigetti Computing. I think this is more of a quantum play. It is a buy signal on. Oh, it was a pending buy signal on the daily chart. Just disappeared in real time. Uh, is this just a pullback, or you know what I mean? Let's see. That was a pretty big pullback. See, from here to there was 3,000%. Unreal. 69%. What a wild animal. 700%. So that was the biggest move. This is a big 700% move. That 3,700% move was all within 1 year. Unbelievable, right? So another 60% pullback. So it could see a bounce here. Let's look at the weekly chart. Weekly chart, it's below the trailing dots, so that's something to be aware of, and could come back for a retest and then continue lower. So that could have been the bull run, and it could be over right now. Let's look at the higher time frames. But wow, 2-week chart is still bullish, has not retested the trailing dots, so that's still a possible buy the dip scenario based off the 2-week chart. Cautious on the weekly chart. 3-week chart is still a buy the dip scenario. Wow. Monthly chart is still a bearish engulfing candle though. So it's a mixed bag. It's not like the other ones I just showed where it's been a bear market since 2021 and now it's starting to flip around from the bottom. This one looks different. So you might be able to squeeze out a breakout to the upside, but just know where you're wrong, right? Pending buy signal could be catching a bounce. So we'll see. Higher time frames are bullish, while there's a breakout after a 61% correction. Could still be a buy the dip scenario. This one was 250% move in literally 1 month. 250% in 1 month. That's wild. So RQQQ, this is like another potential quantum. Maybe it'll retest the 200-week moving average. Could be getting back above the trailing dots. Weekly chart has a lot of work to do, though. So looks a little bit different, but has been in a bear market since November 2021. So we'll see. This one might take a little bit longer. It's well below the trailing dots on the weekly chart. So maybe not a lot longer, but it's already started to make its move. Higher low, higher highs, higher low, retest 200-week moving average, flip it, let's go, right? So also on the watch list, what's this one? Someone else had me watch that one. This one looks different. So could come back for a retest of the 200, could fill that gap over here before making another move to the upside on calm. So with that, I think we're going to call it here. Let's see. Bitcoin, finish it. Bitcoin, weekly, still bearish. Daily chart, still watching it. And will Bitcoin have a pending buy signal in the near future? Will there be a relief rally in the near future? It's possible. The probabilities are starting to increase. We're starting to talk about the relief rally more and more. We are getting less and less confident to short it until there is a relief rally, but doesn't mean there couldn't be a fake out first. Lower prices, complete the Wyckoff distribution pattern all the way down, possibly to 78,000 with the wick, create that bullish divergence, and then said relief rally and said bada bing, bada boom with that. Hope you have a good rest of your day. And like I said, tomorrow it's gonna be short. It's gonna be fast. It's gonna be dirty. I gotta conserve my energy for travel, take care of baby, all that stuff. Wind diesel, you gotta catch me early tomorrow because this is a late request, and we start at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So remind me tomorrow morning early. I'm not going to be on very long, and I'll be happy to chart it for you, my man. Long time. So good to see you back on here. Adios. Hope you have a good rest of your day, and we'll continue to sniper the markets together every single day that we can while the markets are open. I don't know if Wednesday it's open. If the market is open on Wednesday, probably no live stream on Wednesday. If it's open on Friday, maybe 15, 20 minutes on Wednesday and Friday. I don't know. Well, I'll have to look at the calendar. So with that, we're gonna be with family. So probably not, but maybe, but probably not. But maybe. Have a good rest of the day. We'll see you in the next one. Adios.